Welcome back to the audio and video version of the weekly Recharge newsletter. I'm Renee, burnout recovery and identity coach and brain spotting practitioner. If you stumbled over here from the Hustle Rebels podcast, hello. We go a little deeper here in the weekly newsletter, a little mix of what I'm learning alongside you in my own life, and also some nervous system regulation techniques that you can apply in your own daily life so that you don't burn yourself into the ground. And you also get OG knowledge and pricing on the new programs that I launch. So if that sounds appealing and you're like, hell yes, I'll leave the link to subscribe in the description. Otherwise, just keep on listening. Sometimes you don't need to say it better. You just need to stop saying it altogether. Some of the things that we're going to cover this week. Why I went quiet last week and why I'm not sorry about it. The conditioning that tells us stopping means failing and what I chose to do instead. A new framework that I've been building that I'm finally ready to start talking about. This week on Hustle Rebels podcast, the Navy Master Chief who survived the USS Cole and what almost cost him everything else. So let me be honest with you. Last week I didn't write. No newsletter, no content, and the mental gymnastics that I put myself through about it, embarrassing, honestly. I've been traveling, my MacBook is so overloaded, and even though I bring it with me, it can barely handle logging on sometimes. I've also been running on a particular kind of tired that comes not from doing too much, but from never fully feeling like I'm arriving anywhere. You know that feeling like every single day you wake up already behind in the game that doesn't even have a finish line. You know, someone really needs to make that into an actual game called Catch Up. The board game where everyone loses. I would buy it, really just to burn it. And then it was Mother's Day weekend. My mom right in front of me. And I was still half somewhere else mentally, drafting this newsletter that I felt like I owed you, performing consistently for an audience that, let's be real, probably didn't really notice that I was gone. That's when I caught it, the conditioning. The voice that says you have to show up every single week or you will lose momentum, lose trust, lose your audience, lose the whole thing. Consistency for the sake of consistency. Not because it serves anyone, but because we've been trained to believe that stopping, even briefly, means failing. So I made a choice. I put the laptop away. I was present with my mom and my family. I let the week be just what it needed to be. And in that silence, in the space that I only created because I stopped performing, something formed that I've been trying to put together really as the core of my whole business. So here's what I've been sitting with. Most of the advice we get about relationships, about being heard, feeling understood, getting the support that we actually need, tells us to speak better, clearer, calmer, more strategically. And we try. The Lord knows that we try. We read the books, we go to therapy, we practice the script in the shower. And sometimes it works. And sometimes it creates more friction than it dissolves. Because sometimes the problem isn't how we're saying it. We're either running ourselves ragged, chasing the flock, or we're coming in hot like a hawk and blowing the whole thing up. Neither works. And neither is your fault. You just haven't been taught a third option yet. See, I like to watch videos of border collies or other sheepdogs herding sheep. And I began to notice something. A sheepdog doesn't argue with the sheep. It doesn't explain itself. It doesn't repeat the request. It moves with precision. It shifts the energy of the field. And the flock redirects without ever knowing why. That's not luck. It's not magic. That's energetic intelligence. And it's something that every person, particularly us women, already has. She just hasn't been shown how to use it yet. So I'm building a small, intimate container for 10 to 12 women around exactly this. It's called the Sheepdog Framework, and it combines everything I know about nervous system regulation, brain spotting, and the kind of energetic work that creates real shifts without you requiring to fight for them. So more details are coming this week, but if something in you just went, hell yes, stay close because this one's going to be for you. And for what it's worth, the newsletter that you're reading right now only exists because I chose presence over performance last week. And maybe that's the first lesson. This week on Hustle Rebels podcast, and in case that you missed it on the podcast this week, I sat down with Amaury Panciano, a 26-year U.S. Navy Master Chief and USS Cole bombing survivor, to talk about the real cost of being the person everyone depends on. We get into the leadership moment that nearly cost a sailor his life, what mission first actually means when your family is in the equation, and why ambition sometimes runs that tab that you don't know that you are running. Oh, and the thing that kept him going through the worst of it all was his mom. So if any of that resonates, go give it a listen because it's a good one. And the link is going to be in the newsletter, but also I will put that in the description and show notes as well. And if you're new here or feeling nostalgic, if you want to read some previous newsletters, you can check them out also within the description notes. As always, I appreciate you guys, and I'm always here if you have any questions, even if you want a little chat. So share the weekly recharge with a friend so that they can be regulated just like you. See you guys next week.